What's going down, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your boy Jay Green back right now with my review for Dr. Sleep. This movie was directed by Mike Flanagan. It stars Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Rebecca Ferguson, Cliff Curtis, and Kylie Curran. Now, for those of y'all out there who have no idea what Dr. Sleep is, this is basically a direct sequel to the 1980s film The Shining. That movie was directed by Stanley Kubrick, and it's very well known that Stanley Kubrick got that idea from Stephen King's book The Shining. However, he didn't follow damn near any of the fucking plot. So you know Stephen King was in the back like, God damn it, Stanley. Now, just as a little bit of backstory, in The Shining, Danny Torrance, who is our main character played by Ewan McGregor in Dr. Sleep, he has an ability of, let's say, telepathic powers. The ability to kind of read people's minds, sense dead spirits, evil spirits, things of this nature. So, there's a whole bunch of bullshit that jumps off at the Overlook Hotel. Him and his mom get away by the skin of their teeth. Now, in this movie, we pick up with Danny Torrance as a middle-aged guy. He's a bit of a bum. He's kind of just walking around town, much like a homeless dude staying from place to place, park bench to park bench. He has not fully dealt with the trauma and the drama that went down at the Overlook. He's kind of burying it deep inside with bottles of alcohol day in and day out. And as fate would have it, Danny's able to make it to a small town, very secluded, very quiet. He meets a good group of people that start helping him to get out of his situation. Meanwhile, on the other side of the United States, you got Rebecca Ferguson and her band of misfits. Now, these people are going around. They have the powers of The Shining. They have these special abilities. And what they doing is killing motherfuckers, taking their shine, and that's how they gain strength and become almost immortal. Fuck! Then meanwhile, in the middle of the United States, that's where we meet Abra, played by Kylie Curran. Now this chick, she's also got the shine, but she might have more powerful shine than Rebecca Ferguson and all of her band of misfits, and Ewan McGregor and anybody that he's ever encountered before. So now, all these minds are converging, and that's when the story really starts to jump off. Now, for all of you Stephen King book fans, or if you're like me and you tried to read his books, but it's too many fucking big words and you can't handle it, you know that Stephen King loves to meld multiple storylines into one book, one story, somehow converge these bitches, and then come out with some masterful shit. That's what I feel this movie was able to portray quite well, because the beginning of the film gives you Ewan McGregor and what he's dealing with after the Overlook as an adult. How's he going to get out of his situation? That type of a thing. It showcases some of the people that he encounters, gives you a little bit of backstory, a little bit of character development to them, so you really care about them when the shit's about to jump off. You get a little bit of Abra's character. What's she going through? Who are her parents? Where are they at? What's her life like? How's she dealing with this aspect of being able to shine? Does she tell people about it? All of that good stuff. Then you get Rebecca Ferguson and her band of misfits. By the time all of these main characters come together, you really feel like you know enough about them to care about each individual's situation. Rebecca Ferguson, we're not on her side. She's the villain. But at the same time, she's got some cool people with her. You kind of like Ernst said, like, dang, if the story was from their perspective, I might be on their side. With Abra, I like how she was able to portray Kylie Curran. I like how she was able to portray this character and everything that the character was going through. I hate children actors for the most part. She was phenomenal in what she was able to do. She held her own with a Rebecca Ferguson, with a Ewan McGregor, and she really brought it for sure. So everything that was given to her to do in this film, story-wise, I loved, I believed, and I was definitely invested in it. Ewan McGregor, everything that he was given from the beginning of him being a rough dude, not really knowing what was going on in life, to kind of cleaning himself up a little bit, to now I'm put back in this position, I believed every phase of that. So big ups to the film, big ups to Stephen King's writing, and big ups to Mike Flanagan for being able to follow that shit fluidly enough. Now, full disclaimer, before I send you out to go see this film, it is about 2.5 hours. For me, I am definitely a big fan of a longer movie. Give me as much time in this world as I need so I can feel a little something when I'm watching this goddamn thing. But for all of y'all that got weak bladders, be mindful of that. Now, this movie does start off a little slow, but it's with that good character development. If it didn't pay off in the end, maybe I'd be pissed. But it pays off in the end, so I'm like, give me more. I liked how subtle this movie was. When this movie needed to go to the top and show you some fantastical type shit or some supernatural shit, it went there. But when it needed to calm down and give you some character moments in order for you to be invested in the characters, it went there. And it blended both very, very well. There wasn't like a whole lot of hype around certain things that were happening. There wasn't a whole lot of random ass jump scares. There was literal tension built up and then a payoff. So big ups to the movie for that. Look, y'all, this movie was well worth a trip to the theater. I think y'all should go out and check it out. Dr. Sleep was a good one. It's got some fun cat and mouse. You got some great character development, some cool supernatural shit jumping off, and a great conclusion to Danny Torrance's story, if you ask me personally. Yo, I hope I gave you a little bit of insight, a little bit of knowledge into what this movie was all about. Do me a favor while I got you here, like, subscribe. Jay Green, I'm out.